Today I was in the mood for some good old-fashioned dumplings and of course some Halloween merchandise, so naturally I headed over to the Cracker Barrel, and as we walked in, we were greeted with this wonderful display of Halloween merchandise. I am in love with this witch. Look, she's got a floating hat, and I didn't even realize that that's a little bit more tricky than I thought when I first saw it. I think that hat is actually attached to the broom off on the side, but otherwise, how does it float? They've got some Halloween Fright here, these goodies. I absolutely love these specimen jars. Look at that spider. I love how it's got the sort of swirling effect of like, what is it that is suspended in that liquid that just keeps it from falling down to the bottom of the bottle? I need to know so that I can do something like that with my own witch bottles. Now I will apologize in advance. I know this is not my best camera work in this video. There were so many people at the Cracker Barrel today. Of course, people are traveling for the July 4th holiday. It's Summerween though, so we need to take advantage while we're here. Look at this guy. So he is an animatronic sort of Grim Reaper. He's got that face that reminds me of a lot of the Target products. It's kind of cute. I mean, obviously it's spooky, but cute. And I'm a little concerned though about the quality. I don't know why sometimes his eyes light up red, and like here it doesn't look like it is. Sometimes it looked like the hand was a bit jerky. It can't have been on display for all that long, and if it's already kind of getting a little iffy from all of its use, it's probably not going to last that long in our own displays. Some of this merchandise we've seen last year. I remember the bat salt and pepper shaker, thinking that was pretty cute. Look, all these little bitty salt and pepper shakers. Little mummy, is it a cat or a dog? I can't really tell. Little skull. One thing I am not seeing in all of the display here was the ghost with the ghost dog on a leash. That was so popular a few, was it even months ago at this point? You know, they did start early releasing on their website, their merchandise, and it is not there anymore, that ghost and dog. I suspect it sold out quickly. I did take a look at the website just to make sure I wasn't missing any merchandise that's here in the store that might be on the website. I did not see, like I said, the dog on the leash, because I would have bought him. I am not above reselling things. Sorry. I know that probably upsets a lot of you, but heck, I gotta make my money to put it toward all of the other props that I need. Anyway, it's not on there, so the point is moot. But I did see almost everything here in the store that was on the website, so if you are interested in any of these particular items, you could probably find them on the website. Obviously, you know, I'm not showing you all the pricing, or this video would take 4 or 5 times as long as it does, but if you see something that you like, just check out their website and you'll find it there. But of course, you probably want to just head out to your local Cracker Barrel, because not only can you get delicious dumplings, but of course, my other favorite, the country fried steak smothered in gravy. Now, I was so tempted to get this dragon lamp post. Look how it wraps around this tall post here. I love everything about this, especially since I am doing dragons this year. I do kind of wish the wings there spread open just a little bit so you could see it more from the side. It was a little pricey though, at $160. I am in love with that ghost wall hanging though, that was sort of holding the orb. I wish there were others that made a full set. Now the place is noisy, but let's see what this does. That mansion was not at all what I was expecting. I think we've seen that in the past, but not with that mouth, at least not that I remember. The eyes and the mouth, that was pretty impressive. We do have a couple of books, and I did forget while I was here to look in the children's section, because I do bet they had a couple of children's books back there too. Some of the stuff, like I said, though, not working. We've got a little barrel. Looks like it's a pop-up with a skeleton. He was probably there last year. This is kind of cool too, the jack-o'-lantern on the lamppost, and we've got another little animatronic Grim Reaper. He wasn't working either. Again, can't vouch for the quality of these products. If you've bought any of these animatronics in the past, leave us a comment below. Let us know, what is the quality of those? I would be a little bit concerned getting it. Speaking of quality, like I said, I did really like that dragon lamp post, but it felt very cheap. My dragons, of course, are going to be outside. I didn't feel like that was something I could put outside. It would probably topple over and not survive the weather. So unfortunately, we did have to pass on that. Here we've got a couple of blow molds. We've got witches and cats, and not exactly a blow mold here, but I have no idea what it is. It looks like maybe some sort of light up jukebox or something, but it doesn't do anything. At least not here in the store. Cat plate was kind of distinctive. Of course, we do have these sort of glittery swirl things. I'm not surprised to see those. I mean, they have been in Cracker Barrels for many Halloweens now. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's like one of those Rock'em Sock'em robot guys. I could imagine myself in middle school having a battle with my pumpkin boxer guy versus the witch. That is awesome. A couple more of these salt shaker things, I guess. I think they're salt and pepper shakers. Or they could have just been little tchotchkes, not really sure. And now we're getting into some of the cloth merchandise. There's a little bit more Halloween stuff, but first let's take a look here at some of the clothing. Creep It Real. I do think the designs on some of these are a little bit better than we've seen in the past. Of course, you can't go wrong with these children's designs with Snoopy's. There's a lot of licensed merchandise here. We've got Hello Kitty and Scooby-Doo, and I think we're going to see some Nightmare Before Christmas here in a moment. Of course, Nightmare Before Christmas is everywhere. All right, what is this? All right, that's like a rat with bat wings. Feet look a little strange, but anyway, we've got lots of plushy things here. Here it is, of course. Nightmare Before Christmas. All the little figurines, though, are kind of cute. I love this Oogie Boogie design, though, on that shirt. What else have we got here? Tea towels and whatever the heck these things are, not really sure. A couple of different designs, a throw, and oh, look, we even have Beetlejuice down there at the bottom. I can't help but wonder if the older staff that are managing the store just have no clue who any of these people are, and they look similar, so we'll just throw them on the same shelf. Got some cute little ghosts. I would say that's definitely a happy haunter. Kind of looks a little bit like my logo too. It's fabulous. I like that. At least we haven't seen any of the I'm Just Here for the Booze merchandise, thankfully, but you know it's coming. We are not going to escape it. We never do. It's just lurking there around the corner. Of course, we have a bunch of costuming. Not really a bunch, I should say. We have a small selection of costuming, mainly for the little children, a lot of toddler, infant sort of merchandise, things that grandparents who frequent the Cracker Barrel, like myself, would buy for their grandchildren. This is a good time, though, while we are skimming past this stuff, to thank the patrons who support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, be sure to check out a link to my Patreon page in the description below. And that's going to do it for our store tour of the Cracker Barrel merchandise. We have lots more stores to tour as we get closer to Halloween. We've got more content, DIY, product reviews, and of course store walkthroughs and more. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay tuned for that. Till then, take care everyone. Thanks for watching and happy haunting.